क्रियायुक्तस्य सिद्धिः स्यात् अक्रियस्य कथं भवेत् न शास्त्र पाठ मात्रेण योग सिद्धिः प्रजायते. On the occasion of learning Hatha Yoga, I chose this shloka from Hatha Yoga Pradipika. And it says, by talking you cannot master Hatha Yoga. And then how can we master it if we cannot master it by talking? By learning Vedas, you cannot master Hatha Yoga. By knowing the scriptures, you cannot master Hatha Yoga. And then how can we master it? We can only master it if we are ready to practice it. So everything, the whole discussions of today will go futile if we are not ready to practice it. It's a practicing thing, and if we practice, then there is no doubt that you will be able to attain success and will become a great yogi.
Great.
Now, as the name suggests, Hatha Yoga is something in which a little force is applied. Hatha. Hatha is jit. Okay, and if a child who is 4-5 years old, he want to get a chocolate, and you don't want to give it, what he does?
No.
That is called in Sanskrit Hatha.
So
any practice you are not able to do, you don't leave it. He doesn't leave, that child doesn't leave you unless you give him the chocolate.
Oh my God.
So here, Hatha Yogi is one who will not leave an asana, a kriya, a mudra, unless he is able to perfect it. And that is why this practice is called Hatha Yoga. It is a little different than Ashtanga Yoga, though when you see in a broader spectrum, I see whatever I have discussed in my Wisdom of Yoga book, that was all Ashtanga Yoga. And I find that Hatha Yoga is also the same. But when we talk about it, it is a different discipline of practice than Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga, we have put emphasis on Yama and Niyama. But in Hatha Yoga, your first lesson starts with asana.
Okay.
There are only 4 lessons in Hatha Yoga. Okay? And they are asanas, breathing, mudras, and samadhi.
Interesting.
So,
Samadhi.
I would like to, if all of you agree, I would like to take 5 live so that you be able to understand Hatha Yoga. And I do not have to drive my car with 250 kilometers an hour speed.
Okay, yes, please.
So today, the first lesson, we will talk about the preparation of Hatha Yoga. In the next session, we can talk about asanas. In the third session, we can talk about breathing. In the fourth session, I can talk about mudras, because these mudras of Hatha Yogas are real big mudras. So, and they are a little difficult to perform. I mean, in Hatha Yoga, mudra starts from Mahamudra. So Gyan Mudra, Dhyan Mudra, what we have been practicing, we will have, I mean, if you have practiced those mudras, then only you will be able to practice the mudras of Hatha Yoga.
Okay.
And then the final day, the 5th day, we can do Samadhi.
Sounds great.
And that is the last part of Hatha Yoga. So as I said, that it starts with the first thing, and that is called asanas. Before starting asanas, we must know everyone looking at me here is having an expectation. What is that expectation? That I tell them what will they gain by practicing Hatha Yoga. We human beings, we do not want to do anything without gain. So let us talk about the gain first, so that you be with me for a longer time.
Okay.
Hatha Yoga is the process of a mantra called Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. And what is Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya? From death towards immortality. So, all those who are not interested in dying and want to become immortal, want to live for a longer time, it is a very good science for them. Because it is the science of Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. From death towards immortality. And what it does, and how, what is the immortality? Immortality is the state in which you do not have any pain. Even when death comes, it comes, but you are happy in your death, you are happy before death. And therefore, I say Hatha Yoga protects me from 3 tapa. Daihik, Daivik, Bhautik tapa. Hatha Yogi ko kahu na vyapa. So a person who is practicing Hatha Yoga is away from the 3 problems human being can have. And there are only 3 problems human being can have. 4th problem doesn't exist. And those 3 problems are daihik, related to your body. So all the problems related to your body goes away. Daivik, the problems given to us by divine, anything imposed on us, like plague, like HIV, like corona. Okay, so it says that it protects us from 3 tapas: daihik, bodily; daivik, divine; and bhautik, anything what is present in the physical form. So, Hatha Yogis are the people who are protected from daihik, daivik, bhautik tapa. Bodily affairs, divine affairs, and physical affairs. Okay, friends, I think you are very happy that I have told you about the benefits, about what we will gain. And I believe that you have now more interest in listening to it, because gain is very big, the big bhautik. And if gain is big, then we need to prepare big to attain that gain. And let us now talk to discuss and think about the preparations. Hatha Yoga, unlike normal Ashtanga Yoga, is a difficult physical situations, physical exercises. And therefore, the first precautions, first preparations, what you need to do is that it shall be performed only under stringent guidance of an yogi, of a guru. So if you want to practice Hatha Yoga, you must try to get your guru who knows about Hatha Yoga and can teach you nicely. Second, and the most important thing is, it is performed in peace. There are two aspects in your body, sun aspects and moon aspects. When you run, it is sun. And when you run, what happens? You keep running very fast. What happens? You start breathing faster. Okay. And when you start breathing faster, it's a sun energy. You get strength, you get. But the beauty of life is, sun, you have that plenty. Beauty of life is balancing sun with moon. And therefore, if you want to practice Hatha Yoga, then there is a stringent advice to you not to do a very hard work. Because it is all about balancing yourself with the moon energy. And therefore, what is moon? What is moon energy? It's a peace. It's calmness. And therefore, you must perform the practices of Hatha Yoga, the asanas of Hatha Yoga, the breathing of Hatha Yogas, the mudras of Hatha Yogas, only when you are peaceful.
Interesting.
If you are in anger, rage, hatred, fighting mood, please avoid doing these exercises. So please do these exercises only when you are in peace. And where shall we do it? In a crowded place? No. We must do it away from human. Okay? If you want, you can do it in a group of 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 people. But they all should be practicing Hatha Yoga and should not believe in talking a lot, chit-chatting a lot, discussing a lot, listening a lot. Okay. It can be done only at a peaceful place. You can do it also in your room, provided room has sufficient place for oxygen to enter in. If there is a hole, if there is a window, you can do it also in your room. So this is what you should do. Now let us talk about what you should avoid doing, because you are preparing. So you must know what you should do, and you also must know what you should avoid. One thing what I have told you already to avoid is working very hard. Second thing is, all those who loves pizza, burger, fats, and believe in excessive eating, okay, they should not think about Hatha Yoga. They have to leave one thing, either excessive eating or yoga. Whatever you want, you can choose. Avoid talking a lot. Okay? And then, early in the morning, avoid drinking cold water. If you want to drink water in the morning, you must drink warm water. And avoid eating in the late night. Now, half of the people are not interested in doing yoga. And there is another thing what everybody talks about, that you must always eat fruits. But if you want to practice the stringent exercises of Hatha Yoga, you should not live only on fruits. Okay?
Yes.
And then, if you want to be unstable in yoga, please don't do it. If you want to do it today and leave tomorrow, and day after tomorrow again you want to join, then you practice other yogic exercises, but do not plan for doing Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is a continuous practice. As I said, how the child is looking for a chocolate. In the same way, you have to practice your practice and not leave into any circumstances. And then, other thing what you need to avoid is excessive human contacts. Because with the human, there is always gup-sup involved, chit-chat involved, and you are trying to go inside of yourself, and therefore you must avoid. It's not that you should not meet human at all. Whatever work you are doing, please do it. You can keep doing that. There is absolutely no problem. But sitting 4 hours in a club and talking about the human problems and all that, if you want to become yogi, please avoid them.
Yeah.
These are the 6 qualities which restrain you, which does not allow you to become a successful Hatha Yogi. And I want also to give you 6 qualities which makes you a perfect Hatha Yogi.
Yes, please.
And those 6 qualities are courageous. If you are a courageous person, please take your first step on Hatha Yoga and you are likely to succeed in this. Fearlessness, perseverance, okay? Attention to any subject. If you are able to put your 100% attention on Hatha Yoga, this science is yours.
Yes.
Okay. Having faith that I will succeed and will become a perfect Hatha Yogi. That faith is also very much necessary. And next is being away from the human company. Everywhere I am talking about being away from the human company, because Hatha Yogi is one who should be able to learn to live in solitude.
Yeah.
And should not be able to feel loneliness when he is alone. Okay? I hope that makes sense. These are the characteristics needed. Now, surprisingly, Hatha Yoga talks about 10 qualities, 10 characteristics human beings should have. And they are same as we have talked about Yamaj Sablim.
Okay.
That is why I said that for me, when I am seeing this as a yogi, I do not find a difference between Ashtanga Yoga, Raj Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Hatha Yoga. But when you see it from outside, you see there is no Yama Niyama, so we have to work a little less. There is no conceptualization. There is no pratyahara. There is no meditation even. So you think that the practice of Hatha Yoga is easier, but though those stringent exercises are really very important. And if we want to succeed in that, then we'll have to continuously do them. Like as I told you, child asking for a chocolate. So the characteristics what you should have is, first thing is non-violence. Okay? I think if you, is there anyone who has gone through the Ashtanga Yoga, they will see that the first Yama was non-violence. Here,
Ahimsa.
Hatha Yoga talks about non-violence as the preparation.
Okay.
Speaking the truth, asteya, that is non-stealing. Sanyama, that is restraint. Kshama, that is forgiveness. Tolerance. Compassion. Ego-free. Ego-free is not the word used as it should have been. It said prideless.
Understood.
Okay. But in the broader term, if you go, you will find the same meaning as in the Yama, that you should be without ego. And then you should have no complexes, no inferiority and no superiority. And Hatha Yoga talks about cleanliness in a great emphasis.
Inside
If
and
you are
outside.
clean, yeah. If you are clean, then there is possibility that you will be able to protect yourself from virus. And that Hatha Yoga talks and expects you to remain always clean. Now, cleanliness has got a very wide meaning, which it doesn't talk about. Cleanliness is neti, dhoti, vasti, showering, cutting your nails, taking care of your hairs, and all these are part of cleanliness. But Hatha Yoga just mentions cleanliness and doesn't go very detailed into it as other yogas go. Next is eating less. Eating less is as good as mitahara. And I think we have talked about how much to eat. Do you remember, or I shall try
Very
and...
well, but you can elaborate one more time, and I do feel better if I fast a day, so I totally agree. I feel much better if I have those.
Yeah, mitahara is at least apply one rule in eating. There are many rules which I will take, what types of food you should eat. That also Hatha Yoga talks about. But it says you at least follow one rule in the eating. And that one rule is fill only half of your stomach with food.
Yes.
Whatever the capacity of your stomach is, if you can take 10 pieces of bread, then you must eat every day only 5. Okay. So eating less means that fill only half of your stomach with food, quarter of your stomach with water before eating food, and 1/4 shall always remain empty for pran vayu to go in and for apan vayu to come out. Because energy we think we get from food, but if you do not allow your breath to enter in, energy is not there. And if you do not believe me, hold your breath for 3 minutes and you will see how energetic you are. In just 3 minutes, the whole food, whole water, whole juices, whole wine becomes null and void if we are not taking the pran vayu inside and taking out the apan vayu outside. Okay, so these are the three things. These are the 10 things. I'm sorry, not three. These are the 10 things we must try to practice. Now, if you want to practice Hatha Yoga, it says follow 10 more directions. And those 10 directions are same as 10 niyamas of Ashtanga Yoga. Little bit here and there they are, but otherwise they are almost same as 10 niyamas of Ashtanga Yoga. First is tapas. Second is you must have patience. Third is your belief in Guru and Source shall be present. Faith in Guru and in God or in Source, whatever you want to call it. You should have capacity to donate whatever you have, your wisdom, your money, your things. You should be able to meditate. We say that meditation is not part of the Hatha Yoga, but here it talks about the meditation also, that you should be able to meditate. Meditate on deity, meditate on your Ishta, meditate on your Guru, meditate on God. And then, whenever you talk, the Hatha Yoga restricts too much contact with the human. But whenever you talk about spiritual things. You shall be able to manage your saying. You shall be able to use your intelligence for your benefits and for benefits of others. And last and not the least, you should meditate on nothing. And you should have capacity and perform yagnas.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
So now Hatha Yoga people were thinking it is only about the bodily affairs.
Yeah.
But it has talked about performing even yagnas. And that is why when my disciple Florian talks to me, that there are many methods of reaching God. There are many methods of realizing what you are. I always tell him, there are many names of a single method. Look, here we are talking about another discipline. But this discipline also talks about yajna, about the meditations, about whatever the practices you are taking. It talks about all those things here also. Food is a very important thing if you want to practice Hatha Yoga. Very. So, you should not eat too much and you should also not remain empty stomach. Because it is the path of the center and not of the extremes. So let us say what to eat and what not to eat. What do you want to start with? What not to eat or what to eat?
What to eat?
What to eat?
Yes.
Okay. I thought that you are interested to know what not to eat.
No,
Okay.
first the positive things and then the negative things.
Okay. Eat maizhe, milk, rice, ghee, jaggery.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember chocolate.
And your food cannot become complete unless you eat some butter. So incorporate a regular butter with your food.
Yeah.
And in the day, you must eat at least 5 vegetables. Okay?
Mhm.
And then please don't forget your dal makhani. Okay? So it is moong dal, and you must consume plenty of warm water, pure water. This is what you should eat if you want to practice Hatha Yoga. Now, what you should not eat? Avoid bitter food,
Mhm.
sour food,
Mhm.
excessive salty food,
Mhm.
rotten food,
Mhm.
food which has been kept in the fridge for more time.
How long is that then?
The instructions from Hatha Yoga are that please cook now and eat now.
Understood.
Okay. Please avoid alcoholic food. There are dishes in which they mix alcohol.
Yeah, sauces or
Yeah.
even
So you
candy.
avoid alcoholic food. Excessive yogurt. Okay.
Mhm.
And then please never eat reheated food.
Aha. Yes.
You have cooked it once, you have put it into fridge, and then you want to eat it, and then you start reheating it, and reheating of the food in yoga, Hatha Yoga, is not allowed. And then you should also not eat very dry vegetables that may cause irritation to you.
Mhm.
Everyone is interested, and I think it was a very interesting topic to know the preparation of Hatha Yoga. In the next chapter, I'll take about the asanas. And please, every one of you, when you join the next session, be ready. I will try to show you those asanas.
Wow.
Okay? And you must also try to perform them with me. And the asanas, there are not many asanas Hatha Yoga talks about. They are the one which Hatha Yoga talks are a little difficult. First is called Swastika Asana.
Mm.
Gomukha Asana is the next one.
Mhm.
Brave posture, that is Virasana, is the third one.
Okay.
Kurmasana is the fourth one.
Mhm.
Kukutasana is the fifth one.
The
Dhanurasana is the sixth one.
Mhm.
Fish pose, that is Matsyasana, is the next one.
Mhm.
Paschimottanasana is the next one. Mayurasana and Savasana. And along with that, which you need to do almost regularly, is Siddhasana, Padmasana, and Singhasana.
That one I
Okay?
like it.
Yes, Singhasana you like, and you can also practice Bhadrasana. Out of these, we'll choose at least 4 or 5, and we'll like to perform in the next session, and you also perform along with me in your next session.